Hi, I'm Avneet, and I'm here today to speak about anxiety. One of the biggest problems that we are facing today these days is anxiety. But what if I tell you that anxiety is not something bad? Anxiety is something that is good. Yeah, you're wondering how it can be good? Let me tell you. If you're going to write an exam, is anxiety good or bad? If you wouldn't have been anxious enough, you wouldn't have prepared for an exams and you wouldn't have been appearing for them. What if I say that if you wouldn't have anxiety, you wouldn't have completed your projects on time? So, for day to day life to go on and for us to complete our targets and the set goals, anxiety is very, very important because it acts like a driving force to make you reach towards that goal. Problem comes is when we don't have a balance, how to make anxiety work for the benefit, and it things go out of hand and it starts interfering with your day-to-day life, and it is disturbing you from completing your tasks and reaching your goals, and it is just making you think about only one particular thing and being obsessed about that the whole day. Nobody would want that. Nobody would want anxiety to interfere with their professional and personal lives and to just ruin it. Okay, so when I say anxiety is an issue, it means that it is interfering with your day to day activities, your focus, your concentration, and everything is being mismanaged. What exactly a person goes through when this person is having an anxiety? The ones who are going through anxiety right now can completely connect to this, what I'm going to say. So many thoughts come and going through your mind, but that one thought cannot go out of your mind. So many thoughts are just running by, but that one thought cannot be just controlled. You cannot come out of that. That thing is just going on and going on and going on in your head. It's running in your head, it's running in your head, it's running in your head, and it's just not getting out of there. You just can't help stop thinking about it. It's so restlessness that you feel that you have ran so many miles and yet you are not reaching that particular destination. You can't help but your brain is going to explode. The sounds in the brain are not something that you can quieten them, or you cannot just get calm, and you are so breathless and you just want to keep worrying about it and you're so fearful about it. So many thoughts and so many overwhelming feelings that you don't understand what to do. That is what exactly a person going through anxiety feels like. And trust me, nobody wants to feel like that. And the ones who are feeling like that, or if you are feeling like that, I'm there with you. Let me tell you that. Okay, I understand that thing. If you are going through that anxiety, I understand how it is to go through anxiety. Now let me speak to you that what are the physical things that happens when you are going through an anxiety. Panic attacks are the most problematic things that happen. You have hot flushes, you have cold flushes, sometimes you feel cold, you start shivering, sometimes you sweat like anything and you are like having so much of sweat that you don't understand why is this happening. Your breath starts going slow or it gets shallow. It becomes difficult for you to take deep breaths. Then your heartbeats are just racing and you're so tensed up and so edgy and wound up, like the world is falling apart. And sometimes a person can also feel like going through a heart attack. The heart completely like pounds on your chest, so you literally don't understand what's going around. Okay, now when these things are coming and going in your mind, you know that your behavior is going to change because you cannot help thinking about that one particular thing. So it might be already disturbing your work, and then it might be also disturbing your personal relationships, your social life, everything and anything. Means people are not understanding and things are really getting out of your hand. If you're feeling that, let me tell you, it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just who we are. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to accept your feelings. Okay? Let me tell you what are the causes, normal causes why anxiety is caused. One of the major causes a genetic cause, because you are made like that. If you have a family history wherein your parents or someone in your family have anxiety, you are prone and vulnerable to have anxiety. This can be one of the major factors why, if you are exposed to a situation which is sensitive, you might provoke the anxiety inside you. So it is okay if it is there, because you couldn't help it. All right. Then the second thing can be because of your personality factor. If you are a perfectionist, you tend to control things, you tend to want things to be there perfect as you want. You can have anxiety because when things don't happen according to you, it can be overwhelming, it can be irritating, it can be problematic. And if you are having low self-esteem, you already feel that you're not worthy of situations, you might have anxiety because you have declared yourself that you're not worthy of it. So there we have to catch hold of you and tell you that we are worthy of everything. Okay. Now, when you are timid, you don't have enough exposure in life, you've not gone out there and watched the world already, then you will be overwhelmed and you will have anxiety relating to that situation. So there can be little of the personality factors also that can cause your anxiety. Now, anxiety is something which can be in childhood, it can be in adolescence also, and it can be when you are an adult also. So there is no particular age group when it starts or something like that. It can be any of these age groups. Okay. Now, what can be the stressful conditions which can actually provoke anxiety? Like you don't have those symptoms, you never had it, but suddenly it happened to be there. Okay. So it can be like a work stress, you know, there is a lot of stress now these days, people are working from home and there is a lot of stress on them because of that. Then there can be job change, there can be a change in the boss which with whom you are anxious enough to have an equation. Then you can be anxious about a colleague leaving the job already. Then there can be some change in the living arrangements, like now we are having a lot of change, we're not going out, you're sitting at home. Or maybe you have shifted sometime some before and you're not liking that place and you're not adjusting with that place, because some people really face a hard time when they are changing situations in life. Some people don't welcome change so well. Okay. Pregnancy can be one of the major factors, because pregnancy hormones are so overwhelming that you don't understand what to do. It's something, and if it is something happening for the first time, then things become more difficult. Okay. Then there can be some family or relationship problems. People can be having anxiety because if people are not able to understand in family what exactly they want, that can provoke anxiety. Then there can be certain traumatic events in your life which can provoke anxiety, like a sexual abuse or a physical abuse or an emotional abuse. Now, why I say emotional abuse, because see, the intensity of all the abuses are great. If you say an emotional abuse is not as intense, and if some people believe that having an emotional abuse means this person is weak, it doesn't mean like that. Okay. So don't listen to people if somebody is telling you like that. Emotional abuse is equally potent and equally difficult to manage. Okay. And if there is a death, or you have lost something in life, or someone in life who was really near and dear to you, can provoke an anxiety. Health problems like heart disease, diabetes, asthma, or a substance abuse like alcohol or maybe drugs or caffeine intake, a lot of caffeine intake and smoking, these all things can provoke anxiety. So anxiety is something which can be provoked by all of this, and these are the things a person faces when a person is having anxiety. To you, if you're having anxiety, I would like to tell you that my coming up videos are going to give you much relief by telling you more details about anxiety and how to go ahead and embrace it and just treat it, and how to start living with it. Okay. And if you are not having anxiety and you have a family member or a person who is having anxiety and problems, embrace them, accept them, and support them in this particular difficult time of theirs. Because trust me, it's not easy, it's not easy to go through this particular thing when you are exploding, when so many things at the same time in your brain is not cool. Okay. It's really difficult. So with this note, I will end this video, and I hope it was good enough to understand upon anxiety, and I'm coming back with more about it. Till then, take care.